hola again to the other part of the video, or the first part of the series, I should say. First part of the series of going through every book in the Bible and breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? Breaking it down. Type beat. See, I almost cursed. I saved it. I almost cursed. But type stuff. So yeah, we just gonna take the steps to educate ourselves in the word of the Lord, because I'm realizing that part of my, like I said in the other video, part of my struggle right now is realizing that I'm not in my word enough, because that means that I'm being filled with distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like, other stuff is in my head enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be there. It should never be there. Like, there's certain things that shouldn't even be in my mind right now if I was in my word. Like, I'm realizing that I'm being impartially, like, it's like a weird half and half of being, like, hypocritical in a way. Because, like, I talk about how if you feel a certain way, you should get back into your word, but I don't get back into my word enough. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable and put myself in a position of, like, not followership, but in a position of, I guess I gotta say, like just responsibility. And I'm gonna put myself through the whole book of the Bible, the whole book, whole thing, whole shebang bang. And we're gonna do probably 3 days, 2 days a week. Maybe, man, we'll do 3. We'll shoot for 3. There's gonna be weeks where we do 2. I already know. I'm already knowing. But we're gonna shoot for 3. But look at this pool, man. So majestic. So clean. I don't know. It's nice. But yeah, no, we're gonna shoot for at least 3 episodes a week of just reading the Bible. I'm gonna think about it during this whole episode, just trying to figure out what the name of the series is gonna be. But I'm already knowing the series is gonna be something along the lines of like I don't know, like the book walk or something like that, like, or like the great walk or something like that. I don't know, like something along those lines. But zoink ski. Okay. Let's start it. All right, editing me here. Sorry if I scared you, but I'm gonna pop up the title right now. I'm gonna put it next to him, and I'm gonna just show y'all how it looks. I'm gonna start doing it like this every video. It's fire. It's fire. Watch this. Here we go. All right, bet. Boom. We're gonna start right here. First book of the Holy Bible, Genesis. Just kidding. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And there was evening, and there was morning, one day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and separated the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And there was evening, and there was morning, a second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters of the sea, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth put forth vegetations, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing in fruit, which their seed as each according to its kind upon the earth." And it was so. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years, and let them be light in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser night to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them upon the firmament in the heavens to give them light upon the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, let birds fly above the earth across the firmament of the heavens. So God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth according to each of his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, of the cattle according to their kinds, and everything that creeps upon the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all things on the earth, and over every creeping thing upon the earth. So God created man upon his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. And God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon this earth. And God said, behold, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree with its seeds in its fruit you shall have for food. To every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a sixth day. That was chapter 1. That was the first passage, I guess you could say. Honestly, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I enjoy just reading like his creation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's beautiful to see, like, when you break it down. Like even if you think about it holistically, right? Like if you think about it in a sense of what it's saying. Like God really made everything down to the wire and made sure everything was straight before anything happened. I think that's beautiful to sit there and think about, because everyone talks about, especially, this is another thing about one of the topics, people are realizing that there has to be some form of a creator or something that created us in a way, or it had some kind of influence on our creation or our being as humans. It had to be something. And it's crazy to think about, because out of everybody who discusses about how they have made the earth and how they made things, start in the world, Genesis just never fails to make it seem like, not even to make it seem like, but to truly express how detailed and how loving our God was, or how loving our God is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus really breaks down for y'all, like, hey, I did every little thing to make sure this was good. Like, everything, down to the wire, it was good. I love that. Thus the heavens and that was the chapter, next little part right here, we're gonna start where number 2's at. Follow along with me. Follow along with me. You know what I'm saying? Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And the seventh day God finished his work, and he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, because on it God rested from his work which had been done in creation. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created. In the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, there is no plant of the field that has when no plant of the field was yet in the earth, and no herb of the field had yet sprung up, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth. There was no man to till the ground, but a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. I apologize. Then the Lord God formed a man from dust, gosh darn. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading up close to the issue for me. I'm gonna get better. You can roast me all you want over the screen. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I ain't gonna bid on you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, chill. I'm doing my best. Guys. And the Lord God planted a garden. The Lord God planted a garden in Eden, in the east, and there he put a man whom he had formed, and out of the ground every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, and the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. A river flowed out of Eden. To water the garden, and there was became 4 rivers. The first of the rivers was named Pishon. It was one which had flowed around the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good. Bdellium and onyx stones were there. The name of the second river is Gihon, and it was one which flows around the whole land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Tigris, which flows east of Assyria. And the fourth river, the one everybody knows, the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to till and keep it. The Lord God commanded the man, saying, You may freely eat of every tree of the garden, but the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat that you shall die. Bang. And the Lord God said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. So out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to the man to see what he could call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all cattle, to all the birds of the air, to every beast of the field. But for the man there was not found a helper fit for him. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and closed up its place with flesh. And the rib which the Lord had taken from the man, he made it into a woman, and brought her to the man. Then the man said, This at last is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man leaves his father and mother, and cleaves to his flesh, and they become one flesh. And the man and his wife were both naked, and were not ashamed. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this one hits, because it's definitely one of those things where I realize this is where my morals lie as well, like just in general in life, like with the part specifically where it says, therefore a man leaves his father and they become one flesh, and the man and his wife are both naked. You know what I'm saying? Like that part where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. Like, that's literally, like, that's what it is. Like, you're like, that's what my initial thought before I got into Christianity heavy again, and I started like reading and paying attention to the word. I already had the mentality of, this is what I need. I need somebody who's like this, like no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. type beat. And like to know that this is like I want to separate myself from my family, focus on this person and God, and grow us until we got to a good point. Stress no matter what. It's that's what I wanted to get to. So that's what I assumed this was. You know what I'm saying? I assumed that it was that, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, like it's through God's will. It's through He gives the person to the person who needs it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I like that part because it feels very like it's very calming to understand like He made that for him specifically. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when people intercross, you know what I'm saying, you got to be careful because, you know, obviously, you know what I'm saying, like when you what was the part? Oh yeah, therefore a man leaves his father and his mother and cleaves to his wife and they become one flesh. That's like the part where it's like, you know, obviously like the intermingling of the two people. It's like you have to cut from that part of you after the person's gone, especially if you fall upon these morals of getting to that point. You see what I'm saying? Like if the math is mathing for y'all too, but it's like when you follow a certain set of morals and then certain outcomes come out, you have to readjust because you realize this isn't the path you were following. You know what I mean? This wasn't, because if this is the path you were following, it wouldn't have fell apart in a way. You see what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about that, though. It's beautiful just to see that, though. It's real. Now the serpent was more. Now the serpent was more subtle than any wild creature that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God say you shall not eat of the tree of the garden?" And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat from the fruit of the trees of the garden, but God said, you shall not eat from the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die." But the serpent said to the woman, "You will not die, for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit and ate. And she also gave some to her husband, and he ate. Then the eyes of both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking into the garden in the cool of the day, and the man and his wife hid themselves amongst the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" And he said, I heard the sound of thee in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." He said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree which I commanded that you not eat?" The man said, "The woman whom you gave to me, who gave it to be with me, she gave me the fruit from the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is that you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed you are above all cattle, and above all wild animals. Upon your belly you shall go, in the dust you shall eat for all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and shall bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will greatly multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children." That's crazy to see that. Everyone talks about, oh, the Bible can't be accurate. In the beginning. It's in the beginning. I'm just saying. It's crazy to think about. Yet your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. That obviously, you know what I'm saying, that's when y'all get married type thing, you know what I'm saying, that's just specific. And Adam, he said, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat. Cursed is the ground because of you, until you shall eat of it of all days of your life. We have to work. We have to work for what we get, type thing. You know, men have to keep working for what we get. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to you, and you shall eat plants in the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground from which you were taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. Men specifically, any dudes who watch these videos, take this into account specifically, okay? This is one that I'm having to address personally. Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to you, and you shall eat plants of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread, till you return to the ground for out of it you were taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. That is okay. So I don't have a lot of space left in my camera right now, and I might have to end it off here, but we are on a roll here. We know now more than ever, as a small, tiny little community of people who, you know what I'm saying, look at these videos, or if you don't watch these videos, you know, myself included, I'm a person who's imperfect, and I'm not somebody who's ever gonna be perfect until I reach heaven. So keep pushing, keep loving yourself, keep loving the Lord, put him first, keep the faith. Love y'all. Bye.